My name is Bianca Hunter, and this is my story. My story is about a girl who's going through just about every different traumatic experience, but has still been able to come out of it and smiles every day. When I was 3 years old, first of all, I witnessed my mom being raped. That is how my youngest brother was conceived. I helped fight the man off of my mom, which is strange because even 3 years old, now I'm 26, I remember everything that occurred that night. When I was 13 years old, I was molested by the guy who was raising me, my stepfather. When that year, he also tried to kill my mom. He left her for dead. He beat her real bad, cut her up in different places, and she every day was dealing with him putting a gun up to her head, raping her just so he wouldn't kill me. He would always tell her that if we ever went to the police, that he was going to kill me and she would never see me graduate. So after I was 18, I graduated high school in May. In August, I woke up one day and decided I didn't want to live in fear anymore. I didn't want to keep running from him and keep dealing with nightmares, and he was just going on about his life. So at that time, I decided to file charges, and that was in 2004. In 2006, we went on trial 2 months after my mom died, and he was sentenced to 4 counts of 99 years. So that was a long period because, like I said, my mom had just died, and she unfortunately died of HIV, and that was an experience. 2007, someone I was dating was killed in a car wreck, and that was only 8 months after my mom had died. 2010, I lost my father, and before he died, I had just forgiven him 3 days prior from not being there. I just forgave you, which is great, but I never got the chance to rebuild our relationship. So that was something dealing with. And I'm just now at the point where in my life where I'm ready to start dealing with all the things that I went through, because I realized that I got through it. And that even though a lot of it sounds wow, for me this is just what I live. I lived it. And I'm ready to start encouraging other people who may go through the same situation or felt some type of pain, was molested, was raped, witnessed their mom being beat, or had to deal with death, that you're going to get through it too. I got through it by great friends and prayer. A lot of prayer. And I did some therapy as well. Not long periods, but I did do snippets of different times where I went to therapy and that sort of thing. Talking about it is really how I got through it. And for me, talking to other people who may go through a different situation, even though my situation was bad, it was wow, okay, it could be worse. For my mom dying, I felt well, she died, but she could have been murdered, and I had a chance to say goodbye to my mom. So I look at everything it could have been worse. I get strength from family, and again, prayer, and just letting go, laughing, actually. I love laughing. That makes my day. I tell others going through something like this to, one, face it, deal with it, and if they have any bitterness towards anybody who they may have felt wasn't there for them, to confront it and then let it go. Pray, let it go. Do whatever it is you got to do that gives you happiness, and continue doing that instead of dwelling on that particular thing, and realize that you got through it, you're still here, and that you can keep going. You don't have to just stop and live in the past and be sad all the time. You can be happy. It's okay. I want to help others by making awareness, making families aware that just when a child says that they were molested or touched, that it's not just the word that occurred, that it's emotional, psychological things that's going on with that child, and they need comfort. Like, instead of sweeping it under the rug and masking the situation, face that issue that's going on and be there for that child or that woman who was raped. And instead of saying, I don't believe you, at least believe them until you find proof or reason not to believe them. So at the end of the day, we need to make awareness about what kids are going through, because kids turn into troubled adults. I hope that someone hearing my story finds strength and overcomes whatever obstacles they may be facing, and realize that we're all put on this earth and we're all going to go through different trials, but you can get through them. I hope that everyone finds a story in my story that affects them and that they can grow from.